Hey, what's happening, you guys? Pyros here, and welcome back to another video. So we got some more information regarding Godfall. This new information comes from an interview that PlayStation Lifestyle had with the developers of the game. So we learned some new stuff about the premise behind Godfall, the inspiration, what we can expect, and pretty much all the stuff in between. So what I wanted to do is I'm going to be going through the question and answers in this video, and I'll be giving you guys my thoughts and opinion as we go through those question and answers. So this video might be a little bit long, but you know, it is what it is. So let's go in with the first question that PlayStation Lifestyle asked one of the developers. So the question reads, oh yeah, and I'll obviously be putting the questions up on the screen as well, so in case you guys can't hear what I'm saying, you'll be able to see it and read with me as I go along with this. So anyways, for the first question that they asked is that, with the teaser trailer of Godfall, are we looking at something pre-rendered or in-game engine? To which Keith Lee responded with, this was rendered real-time in-engine. Those are playable characters, lootable weapons, and actual in-game environments. So, with that being said, I mean, listen, I know you guys are gonna be saying to me, don't get too hyped up, don't believe everything that the developers are saying, remember Anthem and all that stuff. I'm fully aware of it, but for the way I'm looking at things is that I'll give every brand new game the benefit of the doubt. But as I see more information come out, as we see more gameplays and all that stuff come out, I'll be able to make a more concise decision as to whether or not this game is worth picking up. When Anthem was first revealed, it looked amazing. Like, everything about the game looked absolutely fantastic. So, but as we learned more about the game, as we saw more and more information, you know, obviously a lot of people started to have doubts about the possibility of Anthem living up to the expectation that is set out during its EA, I guess, reveal. So I'll do the same with Godfall. I'll obviously be enthusiastically cautious about the potential of Godfall, but at the same time I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Like, there's no harm in it. But yeah, so far it looks pretty impressive. And just to note as well, I know a lot of people have been seeing the GIF that showed off potentially the first gameplay aspect of Godfall, and a lot of people have been making this comment that this is looking like a PlayStation 3 game, and it's like, that's kind of weird. How are you gonna judge the potential of a game based on a GIF? But whatever, I'm not the one to judge. Anyways, the next question after that goes in to say, what were some of the inspiration behind Godfall's looter slasher gameplay? On paper, it seems like a mix of Diablo, Borderlands, Destiny, Darksiders, and perhaps a few others thrown in the mix for good measures. To which Keith Lee responded, Brandon Sanderson's ongoing The Stormlight Archive series, Joe Abercrombie's The First Law trilogy, and Isaac Asimov Foundation series sets the tone and texture of our fantasy world. The long-running Monster Hunter series, with their diverse weapon class playstyles ranging from fast combos to more deliberate play, has also drawn us together as a team. So I don't know what any of these books are, so obviously after this video I'll have to have pretty much a look at to see what these books are all about, so I can understand the premise behind what they're building when it comes to Godfall. But at least I know Monster Hunter, and I played a little bit of Monster Hunter, so I have an idea of how diverse the weapon style can be and how each weapon can feel pretty much unique. So if they're going with that type of mindset, and obviously fleshing out the melee combat, since this game is going to be very melee oriented, we can expect some pretty nifty combos, diversity, and sophistication when it comes to the combat aspect of Godfall. Pretty interesting. I have to go and look at the Stormlight Archive, the First Law trilogy, and obviously the Foundation series, just to see what the idea behind Godfall is going to be. Now, next question that they asked, which I didn't really care about too much about this question, but I guess most people will. From the trailer, it looks like there are 3 protagonists. Can you tell us anything more about our gallant heroes? Are they trying to start the apocalypse, prevent it, or just benefit off by getting sweet loot? Let me just go to the answer actually. The trailer set the context at the beginning of the game when you are about to select your initial playable characters. As an avatar, you play as one of the last remnants of the Exalted Knights Order, intent on stopping the apocalypse and preserving the last vestige of the world. You'll be able to play as all three of the heroes you see by acquiring and donning their armor sets known as the Valor Plates. Besides these three, you will uncover and equip additional ancient Valor Plates lost in time in your journey, each with their own characteristics and historical lineage. So this question was a little bit irrelevant for me personally, because one, they kind of already answered that question in the trailer with them saying, did we fight a 1,000-year war just for us to start the apocalypse? So obviously they were trying to prevent it. But I did like the idea of maybe knowing if we can actually wear the armor that we saw in the trailer, because some of the armors look pretty cool. So I doubt we'll be able to play as these characters, but for the most part, sorry, I'm losing my voice here. For the most part, at least we know we can wear the armor, because some of the armors that they showed up in the trailer looked actually pretty cool. Let's move on before I lose my voice. PlayStation Lifestyle asks, can you tell us anything more about the arcane fantasy setting of Godfall and what multi-headed creature coming down from the storm above the obelisk, and what's with that obelisk? Okay. So Keith responded with, Godfall is a brand new IP set in a bright high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights, arcane magic and forbidden realms. The world is split up into realms of earth, water, air, fire and spirit. In the trailer, the player is gazing up from the earth realm towards the water realm, which is the swirling maelstrom ocean sky above. The obelisk is known as the Skybreaker monolith, which you will learn more about as the start the game. So this is the premise that I really liked a lot, because this reminds me of Avatar: The Legend of Aang. So there's gonna be realms. It's gonna be a realm for air, water, earth, fire, and then spirit. So I don't know if the main base is going to be on Earth, but I would like that. What I have in mind is that we can all choose a starting point to represent whichever realm we all want to represent. So if you want to be an air realmer or a fire realmer or whatever, you can be that and you can represent those realms. And I like the idea that we can see each other's realms. So in the trailer, I thought that was pretty weird that we were able to see a weird ocean-like dimension up in the sky, and we saw this three-headed hydra coming down from it. So it's pretty interesting. I think if I were to guess, I would say that maybe the premise behind this, I guess, world, Godfall, is that the realms are merging together all naturally, and obviously it's causing distortion and destruction all across the realms. So obviously if the realms are coming together, it's like a catastrophic, I can't say the word, catastrophic situation. So I think that'd be pretty cool. So I guess the idea is that you have to go around and figure out a way to stop the worlds from merging together. So pretty cool stuff. Let's move on from that. I'm really hoping that maybe there'll be faction like warfare, like maybe some type of PvP aspect and all that stuff, but we'll see. PlayStation Lifestyle asks, Godfall's focus is largely on melee combat. Are there any options for builds that involve range attacks, or is this all up close and personal? Kid Lee responded with, all players have a range attack at their disposal, but limited by the cooldowns and charges. Godfall's focus is about tightening up the combat circle for melee combat. Players will always have two primary melee weapons to switch between during a mission, none of which are exclusive to long-range designs. So interesting. So there will be some sort of range aspect to it, but they'll have limits, they'll have cooldowns. So the main core focus of this game is melee combat. If they have to have some sort of range ability, it'll have to be on cooldown, because they don't want to kind of disrupt the flow of battle with people just camping behind walls and just shooting down their boss. Like, what they're saying is that you have to learn how to fight. You have to learn to use your weapons, to use your two weapons slots. So I guess each person will be able to have two weapons, and you have to learn how to use them. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know about most people, but for me, sounds pretty cool. Next question. You've mentioned wanting loot to feel like it matters to the overall character build. Can you give us an example of how some of that loot will work? What kinds of things will gear do that can change your playstyle? And Keith responded with, Godfall offers flexible classes for players to easily swap roles in the middle of combat and in mission. We have a wide spectrum of weapons classes ranging from small to nimble to heavy and powerful. Players collect powerful ancient armor set called Valor Plates, which contain myriad slots for players to install powerful augments that influence your playstyle. For example, you might add an augment into your Valor Plate that heals you and your allies whenever you hit an enemy's weak point for survivability. Or you might insert a different augment that summons deadly magical missiles that targets nearby enemies for a soft AoE damage whenever you hit a weak point. Now that's pretty interesting because I like what he's saying here. You can equip those augments to your weapons and obviously use them to enhance your fighting abilities, but he keeps on mentioning weak points, so I'm assuming that they have a potential chance of activating whenever you hit a specific point of an enemy. So it doesn't matter, like if you hit an enemy randomly, it won't activate, but if you specifically aim for their weak point, it'll trigger the augments to release some of the special abilities that they are saying will be in the game. So I think that's pretty cool. So next question: Godfall can be played in up to 3-player co-op. Will the player count be reflected within the game? And are there unique things you can do while playing with other people that you couldn't do solo? So Keaton responds with, Godfall is designed from the ground up for co-op. We've ensured that you can play with friends with mixed levels, in addition to being able to hot join without needing to queue up and wait. We want to make sure that content is accessible to all players, solo or co-op, while taking a different approach to ensure players with mixed levels can have fun together and contribute in a more balanced way. Okay, there's not really much to say. I mean, it's dynamic leveling is what they're trying to say. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm level 80 and then someone's like level 50, we can still do missions together. So cool. So he responds with the exceptionally powerful SSD on the PlayStation 5 offers a new level of detail for each individual object, as well as seamless loading of our expansiveness world. Okay, our combat is kinetic in nature, so the new controller's adaptive triggers and haptic feedback will make for a moment-to-moment combat feel exhilarating and visceral. Honestly, that just sounds like marketing talk to me, if I'm being honest with you. It just sounds like typical marketing talk to get you hyped up, to get you saying, oh my god, this PlayStation 5 is going to sound amazing, it's going to be powerful. But for me, it's like, it's cool, but I have a PC, and that's where I'm going to be playing Godfall most. So, whatever version of PS5 greatness that they have envisioned, PC is always going to be like 2 steps above. So, I don't know. It sounds cool though, so I'm looking forward to it. And then the last one, what was the last one? Oh, okay, the other few questions are just more like, are you excited for, no, this is more like, how do you feel about Godfall being highlighted as a PS5, first party release? Well, not first party release, but obviously one of the few games that you can purchase with PS5, but it's like, yeah, I feel good about it. And then plans for post-launch DLC support, it's gonna be there eventually. Overall, this sounds pretty impressive for the most part. I like the concept of multiple realms based on elements. Element stuff has always been an interest to me ever since I watched Avatar: The Legend of Aang. I like their plans for a more melee-focused game where obviously there will be ranged abilities, but it's all about focusing on making sure that all the combat and how you fight feels exhilarating and feels like you are rewarded for your skills, which is something I do appreciate. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not really much to talk about. If there's more information that comes out for Godfall, I'll obviously make a video on it. Not like a constant news update of every small thing. Like, it has to be something major, something that has to be discussed. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below when it comes to Godfall. Are you hyped after hearing all of this? Are you not hyped? Let me know in the comment section below. And yep, I'm Pyros, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.